Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Aaron Holland. I'm going to go ahead and go very quickly and show you how to do the initial setup of your gradebook if you haven't done it as of yet. Okay, so what this means for you is when you log on to Infinite Campus, by default you're going to be in what's called Campus Tools. Okay, and what you need to do is you need to click on basically you click up in the tiles and click Campus Instruction Beta. Once you click there, it's going to bring up Campus Instruction Beta, and then you're going to choose Gradebook. I kind of did this, I wanted to navigate with you, but I just kept messing up choosing classes. This class right here has not been set up at all. Okay, so here's my point. I'm trying to show this to you so you understand when you see these various windows and pop-ups that happen, you'll understand what to do and how to navigate and move through that. Okay, so with that being said, once you're in Gradebook, again, I'm going to make this as simple and painless as possible. You're going to see something that looks very similar to this. Your class roll is coming, and by the way, we are in the campus playground. Today I'm Brianna. I've used a different login from the training we had back in May, so I was able to finally find a setup that hadn't been done yet. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on Settings. Okay, and once you're here, basically got an email notification that finally clarified exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Alright, first of all, you do have to set Grade Calc Options, and you need to set your weighted categories. Grading scales, do not touch them, do not mess with them, do not do anything with them at all whatsoever. Thus saith the Lord. Okay, so keep that in mind. Period. End of discussion, right? So from here, all you have to do is, in this particular class, depending on what you have, I'm not clicking this to mess this up, but basically this is period 4, English 3, language composition, AP. Okay, so whatever your class is, you know, block 1, 2, 3, or 4, not advisement, etc. You're going to be at this point. Once you're here, you click Grade Calc Options, and you're going to get a default notification. You know, at this point, you cannot pass go. You cannot collect $200. Okay, so you're going to click Continue. And the best way I can explain this is grade calculation has to be set on all areas. Okay, all areas. Now, by default, it's going to be no calculation. That's just how the cookie crumbles. That's how it works. Okay. This is a real life. This is just fantasy. And I just messed up this song, oh me. Alright, so grading tasks. This is the easiest way that I know how to do it. You're going to want to go ahead and fill out as many terms for this particular class, which apparently this person only teaches this first semester. Okay, so yes, you do have to repeat this particular action until you complete it in all of your classes, minus advisement. Okay, we don't take a grade in advisement, etc. So by default, again, I do it up here. Fill calculation type. You're going to put in progress grade. Okay, and the grading scale itself is going to be numeric, i.e. 1 to 100. Alright, so you're going to do, ooh, this is a little bit different. See, once again, we're going to have numeric, and I believe we're going to have numeric honors. So you're going to just click numeric, and then you're going to do weighted categories. Okay, use scores percent value. The trainer said, look, if you are heavily into 100% in everything and you are accurate in using percents as grades, then you can do scores percent value. But if otherwise, if you're going to do a point system, 1 to 100, 1 to 10, this is the best way to do it, weight categories, because again, if you remember, it comes down to whatever those categories are, which in this case for term 1 and term 2 is going to be the formative and summative evaluations. Okay, enough of that. Now, our district, I've already seen this. By default, this is going to be popped up on you. Do not, under any circumstances, mess with this. Alright? Do not mess with this. This is the tree of life. Or, I'm sorry, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. There you go. The forbidden fruit is right here. So, if you're named Adam, alright, Adam Wharton, do not do this. Alright? Do not. Alright, so back to case in point. This is all you have to do for grade calculation. In progress grade, make sure you do numeric. Just look for numeric, okay? That's all you got to do. I'm sorry it says curve. You know, again, I got to throw a shout out to Brian Adams. Please forgive me. I know not what I do. So that is what it is, and we're going to move on, okay? So after you've done this, and again, this does it for all of them, because yes, even the exam and your final average is going to be figured out by it's going to be a numeric grade, okay? No matter how you look at it. So, you know, it's however many points the final is going to be, but it's only worth 20% in the end, okay? So basically at this point, you actually, I don't know why it's doing this. Alright, this all should be populated by default. This is already done. Yeah, the calculation types are, oh, composite. Don't mess with that. I'm sorry. Alright, don't mess with that. Alright, so we're moving on from here. We're going to click save. And we've actually set our grade calc options. That's all you have to do there. You're not messing with any numbers. You're not putting any numbers in. You're not typing anything in there. You're just selecting options for the grade calc options to occur. You want grade calculation to begin somewhere, and that's how you do it, okay? Then we're going to go to categories, alright? Once you got to do this one first. This is of the 3-tier ministry. This is tier 1, grade calc options. Tier 2 is categories. So you're going to go ahead and click categories, and at this point you're going to see you have no results, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to click add. And basically the category detail is only going to be what, folks? Formative or summative. Formative 40 or whatever your percents are. Let's say it's 70 formative. I don't know. Or 30, whatever. I know every department is different. Do not mess with any of this in here, even the sequence. According to the trainer, you're just populating the red letter addition. Yet again, like I mentioned in the video about creating an assignment, you're looking for red. Those are the areas you have to do, okay? Now, you also need to remember, select which sections will use this category. Obviously, you really want all of them. And obviously, this teacher, Brianne Houston, has this both semesters. So you might as well click the all. Or if you're one of those that only have a few, you can just select the ones, exactly the ones you have, which again, it's going to show you if you have the same class all semester, and I would just do the all button, the all feature. The grading tasks, the only thing you have to worry about for formative and summative, again, keep in mind, this is what they said in training, you don't do all. You're only going to do Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Okay? Simply because for this particular category, this makes up the formative and summative, the 100%. You know, if you got 60 formative, 40 summative, that equals 100. If you have 40 formative, 60 summative, that again is 100 points. Alright, that's calculated here. The exam and the final average and all that, again, the final average is the accumulation of Q1 and Q2 plus the exam, so 40, 40, 20. Okay? And again, that equals what? 100. It equals a Benjamin. Alright, so again, only do the quarters that you have this particular section available. And again, this person had term 1 and term 2, term 3 and term 4. Now, Infinite Campus is smart enough to understand the small stuff. Okay, so it's not going to allow you to make a mistake. It's going to bump some information for you and say, hold up, you can't do that, or wait a minute, you're missing something, and it'll bust out the red letter addition on you. So when you see red, once you hit save, it means you've got to fix something. So you want to scroll up and look for where the red exclamation point is, and if you mouse over the exclamation point, it'll tell you exactly what it is it doesn't understand. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and click save, and if everything goes, formative is 30. Okay, so again, if you end up being later where you decide I was wrong, I meant to put 40 for formative, just click save and it will do that. Okay, now obviously you got to have that summative, so the name again is going to be summative. Alright, and then of course the weight, if I made that one 40, this one obviously has to be what? 60. Again, keep everything default. You're doing it both term, or all 4 terms, both semesters. Select all, and then of course you're going to do Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Remember, do not do exam or final average. That is in the main portion of what we're doing, which would have been the grading scales. Okay, so back to categories. Now we have formative and summative. 40 and 60 equals 100. We are good to go. One final note here, if you look at it, if you scroll over here to the right, guess what? There's your categories, formative and summative. And you'll notice as you begin to put assignments in, multiple assignments, it's going to start adding the numbers, like, you know, how many points the student, this particular student, Kimberly Champlin, has in formative, and how many, you know, they may have, I don't know, 450 formative and then, you know, 950 summative, etc. Okay, so that's it, folks. Once you've set grade calc options and you've set categories for the first time, you're ready to rock and roll, okay, in that class. So number one stunner, So once you're done with that, guess what? You got to drop back. And you got to make sure and remember, you have to do all 4 or 3 of your classes. Obviously not advisement, but if you have an extended day, you're going to do all of these. Okay. Now the best part about it is when you do term 1 and you're setting term 1 and term 2 up, you're done with it. You don't have to worry about it again. So do that here, and then when you're done, in other words, basically you're going to go here, you're going to grade calc options. And of course everything needs to be in progress, numeric, remember, tree of knowledge of good and evil, Adam, stay away. Alright, and then of course you would click save at that point, and then you bust over here to categories. Alright, this obviously is different. You're going to always remember formative, summative, 40, 60, whatever it is for your department. Okay, you got to do this for all of your classes. Okay, if I were you, I would go ahead and do term 1 and term 3. Alright, because again, when you're doing them, you're going to do them for both terms. I mean, think about it. You're selecting that class. When that class by default, Infinite Campus recognizes, hey, he teaches American Lit and Comp 2 semesters. Okay, actually in this situation, notice you did all 3. So if you did it properly, like I showed you, you won't have to do that one down here. However, I would always check. Let's click it. And again, when we go here, this should already be filled out. Okay, and it's not filled out, so I done messed that up. Is that something I didn't do yet? You know what? That's not something I did. Let's go to, what was it, that one? Oh my goodness. Oh, I shudder to think. I shudder to think. Alright, yeah, this is going to have to be edited. Alright, bottom line, just so you learn from what I'm learning from, you have to double check yourself. You have to do it. I can't emphasize this enough. We have training next Thursday. If you get stuck, if you need help, again, that's what we're there for. That's why I'm going to be up there all day long. Okay, I want to make sure you know, that you get the support you need. We're just doing the best we can on this, so please bear with us. Myself and Oob, Mr. Turner, and many who have helped along the way. I mean, there's been plenty that come up to me and been like, Aaron, did you know you could do this? Or did you know you could do that? And it's actually helped me to help you. So it's not just me doing this, it's all of us working together, you know. So that's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it at that. Again, you're at a point now where you understand you have to set grade calc options for all of your classes, and you have to set the categories of formative and summative for all your classes. Again, once more, a final warning, stay away from grading scales. You don't mess with that. These are your two best friends, okay? Once you've done that, you can view the video I created last night. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the video tonight. I'm going to upload this thing to YouTube, and then I'm going to get a full link going for everyone that shows how to run reports, how to look up a student, because all that stayed the same, okay? Like some straight up, what Matchbox 20, but it was some, what was homeboy's name? Ever the Same. Anyways, if someone could reply in an email on that and tell me who that was. I can't, he's from Matchbox 20, but I can't remember his name. Anyways, alright, so that's it. I really don't have anything else for you at this time. I've fulfilled the basic setup with the new settings, so we should all be ready to go, especially after next Thursday. Alright, again, that video to create the new assignment is a fairly long video, but it gives you all the details and all the meat and potatoes of what you need. So hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully this didn't take too long. Got nothing but love for my Pickens High School teachers. Let's do it.